Hey everybody, it's the Boss Lady here, coming to you today with a very quick DIY for fall. I had been wanting to do something different, and yeah, so we're just going to jump right into this. I want to create a new wreath. I haven't been making wreaths for the longest, and so I think the last wreath I made was the one that's sitting in front of me, which was for Easter. So it looks like this. And this ribbon that's on here, I got this from Michael's in one of the grab boxes, so I paid next to nothing, you know, pennies on a dollar basically. And I just made like a depiction of a cross with the scarf hanging over the cross. And I did it in a neutral tone because I just wanted to match my home. Well, now I want to, even though I love this, as a matter of fact, I've had this hanging up in my house ever since Easter. Like right before Easter all the way until now. It was hanging up in the dining room until I recently just switched out the mirror in the dining room and put the canvases up. And then I didn't know what to do with it, so I hung it actually on the side of the china cabinet, and it was just sitting right there. And I loved it, but I really didn't want it to stay on the china cabinet. So I've been watching some different DIY videos, and I just kind of want to try my hand at a little something. But mine is simple. When I say simple, I mean simple, simple, simple. So the ribbon, like I said, came from Michael's. I'm actually going to take the cross off. And technically, I could leave it on because what I'm going to do to it, you actually won't be able to see. And so the wreath form came from the Dollar Tree. I have this sign, it says "Bless Our Home," that I want to put on the front of it. So it will go on like this. And then maybe add an embellishment or two. Nothing fancy. I don't plan to stick any foliage around it. At least I don't think so. I have some sitting here, but kind of not in the mood for that right now. So I just want something simple, something different, because I don't have something to go on our back door. I do have something for the front door, but not the back door. So I just want something simple to go on the door, nothing too fancy. But I thought this would be cute to hang on here. And yeah, so while I am working on this, because of the angle of the camera, you won't actually be able to see everything that I'm doing, so I'll be picking it up, showing you. But while I'm working on this, I also had a little chit-chat for you. So, you guys know Miss Peanut's getting ready to start school. Oh, the other thing that I'm going to need for this before I start, because this ribbon has, if you can see that, there's gold flakes in it, and this sign is more gray. I'm going to actually do a little painting on the sign first. Just add a little gold glitter. And I have very little, so yeah. So I'm just going to add that to certain spots of the sign before I actually attach it. So let me grab out a paintbrush. This is one of our painting kits here. So we have a bunch of different brushes and things in here. So let me see if I can find one that will work. I don't want one too big. Yeah. Let's see. But anyway, so as I'm getting set up, here goes a brush. You know, Miss Peanut's going to be starting school. She actually starts school next Wednesday, the 22nd. I'm now excited. I wasn't at first, but I am now. I'll use this one. And so here's my little brush. I'm now excited. I wasn't at first, I will be honest. Because, you know, middle school is a big deal. And I'm looking for something I can put this on. So it's a big deal. I'm a little nervous, but I know she will be all right. You know, one thing that was kind of worrying me was that she was going to have to ride the bus, you know. And I was really scared. So I had been talking to the school tremendously, like all summer. Please don't put her on the bus if you can help it. And our request was granted. So as you can see, I have this here. I am going to take this string off. I just haven't taken it off just yet. Well, actually, matter of fact, let me take it off now because I see I'm going to need to paint in one of these little areas. So that is off. And I'm not going to do a whole lot of painting, so I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. I just kind of want to just kind of give a little bit of a bling through here. Not much, but just a little. But anyway, so, and there's no rhyme or reason. I'm not staying in lines. I mean, I wanted to just kind of pop off the sign. So I'm just kind of painting over just some spots here on the pumpkins. Just to kind of make it match a little bit. That's all. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. So I'll show you. You barely can see it. It's over here on this side. But you barely can see what I did. I can see it. And that's what matters to me. But, so anyway, so I was a little nervous about the whole bus situation. But they're giving her a van again. So that's just amazing. And I know you guys are probably thinking, you know, boss lady, Miss Peanut's 11. Why are you stressing about a bus? Well, my schedule has changed at work. And there may be times where I'm not actually, you know, home. And she's going to have to, you know, get herself together and get on to school. Which, you know, I think I was 9 being home, you know, pretty much, and getting myself ready. Because my sister left before I did. And my parents definitely left before us. But anyway, you know, times have changed. People have changed. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want her walking to this particular bus area, especially because the bus, I just had an epiphany of I want to do something different. Hold on, I'm still painting, guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do something different. Anyway, so the bus stop, you know what I'm saying, is not outside of our house. Now, not like her drop off last year. The bus stop was down the street, round the corner. She'd have to be by some vacant houses, and you know, it just wasn't what I want for her. You know, she's not used to being on the bus. She's not used to walking to a bus stop by herself, you know. Now, people may say, you know what, you're making her be more privileged, you know, where, you know, she's too good to walk to the bus stop. I'm not saying she's too good. What I'm saying is safety. You know, I don't want my baby to be in harm's way. Where the bus stop is, there is a vacant house. Also, there are a bunch of men who live in that area. You know, teenage boys. I'm not for it. So, and I know Boss Man was, you know, he was kind of like, you know, you're stressing too much and blah, blah, blah. But he knows if something happened to that baby, we both will be sick. So I was like, nope. Okay, I like this a lot better. So what I ended up doing, I'm going to show you in just a second. I ended up painting the entire pumpkins with this glitter paint. Now, this glitter paint is not a lot of glitter. So it just has a little bit of pop. So I'm going to show you what it looks like on the bottom. And once again, you may not be able to see it, but I can see it. Oh, you can see it on this one. See how it shines up a little bit, that glitter? So that's all I'm doing. I'm just kind of just enhancing it a little bit. So I'm going to do the pumpkins as well as the little leaves. And then the rest of the sign I'll leave as is. But I just want a little bit so that it kind of flows with the ribbon that it's sitting on top of. I don't want it to be so, just giving it a little bit of extra something. And I'll probably go over it with a second coat as well. But anyway, so that's the update on Miss Peanut and her bus situation. I'm just thankful that, you know, the school really takes our kids' safety into consideration. Now, had she been in one of our public schools, that'd have been like, she either get on that bus at that stop or you bring her to school yourself. So I'm just glad they were accommodating to us. And like I've told you guys many, many, many times, where we live, our neighborhood's safe, you know. We don't have no issues. But if, you know, that's on our corner. you know, the first so many houses towards our house. Now you get down further where that stop is, and I'm like, I don't know now, because you know things can change within a block radius. So, you know, we're more on the suburban side, so you know we're good, but some of those other areas not so much. Okay, so I'm gonna show you again. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna add a second coat. So hopefully you can see that. I'm kind of tilting it so you're able to see the glitter. So I'm going to add a second coat because this particular paint, it's more of a, there's glitter in it, but it's not massive. And I didn't want to do like the Mod Podge and add glitter on, because then it would have been too much, if that makes sense. So yeah. So that's what I'm doing. So give me a second. I will put on my second coat, and then we'll be back to finish up the wreath. Okay, I'm back. So it's still a little wet, but now you're able to see the glitter a little more. So I love the way that looks, especially because once it's against here, you know, it'll play off the gold that's in the ribbon. And I was going to take off the back, or not the back, but the cross. But actually, I think I'm going to leave it on there. It's not hurting anything to stay on there, so I'm just going to leave it on. I did bring out scissors, excuse me, scissors to take it off, but no one's going to be looking at the back of it, correct? Correct. So we'll just leave it as is. Especially because there's some areas where there is glue, and if I cut the ribbon off, then you'll see it, and I don't want to have to try to improvise to fix that. So I'm going to take this sign here. There's a bird sitting outside my window talking to me. And I'm going to add it to the wreath like this. I want to make sure it's centered. And I'm just going to add hot glue to it. That's it. And then I do have some ribbons or bows already made from the Dollar Tree, 2 for $1. And I'm going to add this to the wreath, and that's actually it. I was going to actually cut up some of this foliage here and kind of stick it around, but I don't really want all of that, you know, sticking all around and stuff. I just kind of want it simple, nice and neat. And like I said, this will go on one of my doors. More than likely it'll go, well, I don't know. I thought about putting it on the back door. Because I know the other swag I have, it always gets crushed. So, I don't know. We'll see. You'll see it eventually. But I do have my hot glue already heated up. So, I'm going to move this paint out the way. And hopefully I don't need to add a stick of glue. I have my pack of glue right here. I have 100 glue sticks. I don't know how many I've used out of it so far, but I have enough to get me through holidays. Not that I'll be doing a whole lot, but just enough. But I thought this would be cute, especially because I just love this wreath. So I want to make sure I have it centered just right. Like that. And then I'm just going to add hot glue to it. Now, hopefully, I put enough on here where it doesn't fall off, because that can always be an issue. But I'm going to flip it over. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the glue and just go around the perimeter, as opposed to gluing on the wreath itself. I haven't used my hot glue in so long, it doesn't want to come out. And I may have to go through and, you know, lift it up and add more glue. But at least for now I can get some on. There we go. And I have this fan going too, so that's helped drying it. Ooh, got on my finger. There we go. So like I said, I still may have to lift it up and glue some more. But I'm just going to hold it down. I'm holding it down. And I see at the top, I got it more towards the bottom than the top. So I may have to still stick some more glue in there, which is fine. Where's my glue sticks? Probably going to eventually get a new glue gun. I want one of the big ones. Isn't that scary? And then once it's, you know, completely dry, then I'll just pull the strings off. Because they're getting everywhere already. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure that where I have it touching, it is glued. But I think this is going to be a great, cute little wreath. Something simple, something anybody can do. If Boss Lady can do it, y'all know y'all can do it, right? And I'm sure there's a bunch of y'all who can do a whole lot better than me. Which is fine, because I never said I was a DIYer. I've been encouraged by many, but that's not my calling. And we know that. Right, right. So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of going around and reinforcing. I'll get some more glue. Just kind of going around and reinforcing the edges. That way it is on there. Now, I mean, I guess people could use the whole like E6000 or whatever. But knowing me, because I'm now to a point of, I want to reuse some of the things I've made. You know, I may reuse this wreath again. Who knows? So, let me see. Okay, so I'm going to stand it up. And there you have it, guys. It's already attached. It looks beautiful. I love it. I'm glad that I did add that gold on there. That gold is popping. It makes the wreath just stand out even more. So I love that. Okay, so now to put these bows on. So I had a few different ideas for these bows. And I think the paint is dry. Yeah, it's dry. It's a little sticky, but not much. So when I first thought about this, at first I said, well, you know what? This is all I'm going to do. But then I was like, nah, I need to do a little extra. So then I thought about putting the bow, like, right here. And I was like, well, kind of not feeling that, you know. I mean, it's cute and all, but, So then I thought, well, maybe I'll put it down here. You know, attach it to the actual pumpkins and put it down. Let me see if I can show you without my fingers being in the way. But put it down here. And I said, that's kind of cute, you know. Sorry for the glare. But then I thought about putting it towards the sides. And I can't remember exactly how I was going to do that. Because I still want the words to be seen. If I put it up this high, the whole word home is, you know, pretty much gone. Oh, let me see something. I'm going to put some glue right there. So, before I put the bows on. So you guys remember I left the cross on the back? I'm going to take some glue and add it to just the centerpiece of the cross. And that will also give me some more reinforcement. Because that also will keep it on there. And be careful if you're not used to the whole, you know, hot glue situation, because it can be hot. I did burn one finger while doing this project so far. So be careful. Okay, so I just reinforced the whole strip this way, not this way, not going across, but just down. So that way, yeah. So let me go ahead. I'm going to attach my ribbons and then we'll be done with this video. And here it is. So I'm done now. I was having some difficulties with the bows, But I wanted one to hang off towards the bottom, you know, off of the little pumpkin here. And then I wanted one at the top. Now, the one at the top actually moves, which I don't really care for. Because it keeps covering the bee. So I was trying to keep it at an angle. But, you know, it is what it is. What I like about these bowls is they're kind of made out of, well, they're plastic, but it looks like a burlap look. And even though this ribbon is not burlap, the colors still go together pretty well. So, yeah. So I like the way, you know, the colors just kind of bounce off each other and everything. So I can't wait to hang this on my door. So stay tuned for pictures of this wreath hanging up in the house. But I just want to say before I go, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. This was a quick DIY. Like I said, I know you guys can do it better, but this is what I wanted from my house. So I appreciate you tuning in. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.